No.
All right, so here he is, Justin Gaethe, the lightweight contender. Many fancy him a future UFC champion, but it's just been amazing to watch this guy seamlessly transition to the UFC, one headlining spot after the next. More bonuses than UFC fights. This might be the most exciting fighter in the world today.
He is the most exciting fighter in the world. He's a guy that when you put him at the top of the marquee, people show up. People want to watch Justin Gaethe compete because you know you're almost watching a... We go to these videos on YouTube and all these other things because we want to see action. Don't worry about that. Get on your PlayStation, choose Justin Gaethe as your character, and it's going to be fun. In real life, in video games, Justin Gaethe is one straight highlight.
Yeah, you want bulletproof matchmaking, just throw Justin Gaethe in the main event against anybody and he'll take care of the rest. Respect to Justin Gaethe and anyone else we want to throw in the mix. This is about as watchable a fighter as we have on the UFC roster. The former interim lightweight champion, El Kukui, Tony Ferguson.
Tony Ferguson is just nasty. From the elbows that he lands on the feet to on the back, the submission ability that he possesses. One of the most diverse strikers in the UFC. And with a college wrestling background, every time you step foot in the octagon with Ferguson, you know that you have your hands full.
And there's some fighters who just don't like training, right? Frank Mir would always say, I don't like to train. Tony Ferguson loves to train. He'll go 5 or 6 hours hard. And from a work ethic standpoint, few guys can be able to match that. Tony Ferguson is ready to go, and that means so are we for our main event. Tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. All right, we send it back inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Justin the Highlight Gaethe. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is an Ultimate Fighter season winner, Tony El Kukui Ferguson.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. All right, so here we go. Do you believe it? They have shut the octagon door behind Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethe. Round 1 is here. I'm not sure we're going to see round 2, but this should be fun as long as it lasts. Trying to establish the jab early on here. Good body work with that hook by Justin Gaethe. Oh, and he found the target again.
Oh, he jumped guillotine right away. This is tight.
Oh, how good is that as he gets out?
That is great submission defense, keeping everything short and not allowing his opponent to get the submission victory.
Scramble and go! Scramble and go!
All right, side control now.
Knee on belly. Postures up, knee on belly. He's raining down ground and pound. He has to move or the fight is going to get stopped.
Just over 3 minutes to go.
Getting them out here.
All right, well, he's got him softened up here.
Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Making all these shots count. Man, this this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head, like, through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why. He's got to be careful here.
Oh, he postures up in a big head strike by Ferguson.
There it is. Now he's on the mount.
Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas. Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Ferguson. He can truly do it all. Under a minute to go.
This is where he wants to be.
Side control now. Ferguson's back in full mount.
Oh, nice.
All right, right into side control. Upper body strength figures to be put to good use here.
Yes, absolutely. And you got to look for his opponent to turn back into him. He should chase guillotine, but the opponent turns to the opposite side. He can take his back, throw his hooks in, try to choke, or flatten him out and just go for the finish.
A little more active with your punches on the ground. Let's not let the ref stand this up.
All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
All right, so there's the end of the round. We had a big submission attempt there midway through, but largely the submission defense held up.
It wasn't tight. We thought the fight was over, but stayed patient, stayed calm, relaxed, and found his way out of that deep submission.
Well, not much set up behind it. The right hook missed. That is a huge shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh, elbows up top.
Guillotine jump. Oh, man, that was slick.
Well, not ideal to spend this much time on the bottom, but you can't fault him for his activity. Landing strikes here from the bottom. Nice work by Ferguson. He can truly do it all.
Good work, guys.
Now he's going full mount. Great job landing from the top position.
Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. Just over 3 minutes to go in round two. Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Postures up and lands a brutal strike to the head.
Changing the position.
All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Ferguson's back in full mount.
Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Postures up now. That's a vicious head strike. How'd he take it? The ground strikes continue to pile up. These ground strikes really starting to add up. There's another one.
Got to be careful here. Oh, right into mount.
Posture up. Make sure he stays high.
Gaethe gets pounded, and it's the elbow. Takes his back now. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Ferguson's able to make a nice transition there back into side control. Landing strikes nicely here from top position.
Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
10 minutes in the books. All right, a lot of tremendous striking action in that last round, DC. I know you don't have a telestrator, but take us through the replay.
I mean, I would love to have my telestrator right now. That was a great display of high-level mixed martial arts striking. Both combatants stood toe-to-toe and let it all hang out.
All right, so there's the end of the round. It had a little bit of everything and nearly a finish due to a submission.
But you see, when you're on the ground with him, you're in danger. You're constantly under attack.
Huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
Huge left.
Oh, beautiful level change.
Nice move into half guard. Shades of Daniel Cormier slicing through that guard.
Unbelievable. I love it. Like a knife through butter. What a great job passing.
When you get in a bad spot on the ground and you want to reverse it, that's what you need to do.
Master class in changing position. Unreal to see.
What he has to do here is just try to stay relaxed. Big explosive actions, panicky actions are what gets you submitted a lot of times.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Ferguson. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. These ground strikes are starting to add up. All right, dominant position for him here. Full mount. If you're the bottom fighter, better start moving those hips, DC.
Oh, you got to start moving those hips. What you should do initially, right, is start to push at the knees. Push at the hips, create some distance, shrimp, and try to recollect half guard. Half guard sucks, but it's much better than being mounted fully by your opponent.
Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground. Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. Ooh, good movement to avoid that strike from the top. Oh, you gotta love the ground and pound strikes here. Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through.
This is a terrible position.
Moving his head here on the ground, champ.
I mean, this guy...
Oh, he's got his back. Under a minute now to go in this one. All right, half guard position here, DC. You have an extra pop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man, I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's very dangerous. But if you are there, you have to be winning the position of the underhook. It opens up so many opportunities for you to either escape or sweep.
Ferguson's right back to the full mount here. And that'll do it. 15 minutes in the books.
Take a seat, buddy. Get some water. Perfect. How do you feel? Awesome. The cardio was great, dude. Keep that pressure.
All right, we now take a look back at some of the highlights from that last round, DC. A lot for the replay guys to choose from.
I mean, these guys are going to be very busy trying to find what replay to show you guys. Lands on both sides of the octagon. Both guys fought great. What a phenomenal round.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Oh, beautiful slip and counter there by Gaethe. Huge connection by him there.
He needs to get on his bicycle, John. He needs to get into space so that he doesn't get finished.
Oh, nice land there with the punch. You see, he's taking advantage of what is an obvious edge and reach. Oh, he's got...
Oh,
hip toss to get him down.
Great ground and pound by this man.
Well, he's in a compromising spot here, DC. You got to figure out a way to get back to your feet. Oh, big punches landing here. We'll see if he can work back to his feet. All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Nice positional control here. Gaethje's in half guard now. Under 3 minutes to go in round 4.
Right to side control, yep.
Ferguson's right back to the full mount. All right, it's a good ground and pound by him here, certainly staying busy, and not just busy, but effective.
You can just throw punches to keep the referee off of you. This guy is throwing punches to be effective, to throw damaging strikes. He's doing a fantastic job.
All right, so he's got the ground and pound game going here. Well, good dexterity and movement here on the ground to avoid any further damage, courtesy of that ground and pound. Nice job off of his back by Gaethe. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Oh, postures up and lands a huge head strike there. Nicely done by Ferguson. He can truly do it all.
He's very accurate in the ground and pound, and it's showing because he's landing so consistently.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Tony Ferguson.
All right, this is not where you want to be. You don't want to be on your belly with your opponent on your back, flattening you out. In the half guard. He let him step over to the crucifix.
Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Ferguson. And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through. Gaethje's now dealing with a cheek cut. 20 minutes down, 5 to go. All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up.
This guy can't strike with you.
All right, so there's the horn. That means it's the end of the round, and a lot of good offensive wrestling work from him over those previous 5 minutes.
I mean, great offensive wrestling. Every time he changed levels and got to his opponent's legs, he was able to secure the takedown. Let's see what type of fatigue his opponent will carry into the next round.
All right, so that's the end of the round. A lot of highlights from which to choose, but his success in that round certainly rooted in his offensive takedown game.
And that's what he does, right? He's a grinder. He's the type of guy that wants to get a hold of you, drag you to the floor. It doesn't bother him that much if you get back to your feet. He just wants to continue to make you work the entire time because he understands this type of grind most guys can't keep up with.
Well, you didn't see a lot of the body work from him in the earlier rounds, but he's certainly getting after it here. Big shot.
Oh, he's stuck in the guillotine.
Pretty good work off of the bottom here by Tony Ferguson. All right, he remains in pursuit of the submission, but the defense continues to hold up. I'm not sure he's going to be able to find a finish here.
In MMA today, guys are so well-rounded, they're so gifted. It's hard to just lock up a submission, but he continues to try. And in those efforts, he has given himself a chance to win this fight.
I've never been submitted.
You never have?
Nope.
Lucky guy. I have.
Gaethje gets pounded here on the ground, the elbow doing most of the damage there.
Using a lot of good movement.
Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Ferguson's back in full match. Less than 3 minutes to go now in this 5th and final round. Good work from the top here by Ferguson. He is really doing a nice job with his head movement here defensively on the ground to avoid further punishment. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Gaethje's eye is closing up. All right, half guard now. Not a fighter you want in half guard against you. For the bottom fighter, what does he need to do?
He needs to secure his underhook. He's got to be fighting for underhook. One of the most key things you can do as a bottom fighter stuck in half guard is try to frame. You frame and push your opponent away from you. By pushing him away from you, he will then want to come back into you.
Right.
It's like when I push you back, you want to go forward. So as he comes forward, hand goes off the face, let it slip into an underhook, build up to your elbow, then go chase your single leg. This is high-level grappling, John, from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt named Daniel Cormier.
1 minute to go in the fight. Oh, hard ground strike there, and that one opened up a cut. El Cucuy's back in full mount. Oh, big shots from the top. Oh, and there's another ground strike for good measure. Oh, the ground and pound is coming. Good movement to avoid some of that power coming back. And there is the final horn. What a 25-minute affair tonight. We're going to the scorecards. All right, so a lot to like over the distance of that fight tonight. Clearly, we think we saw one guy win the fight and largely got it done with the striking.
Yeah, he got it done with the striking. And that's exactly what he's known for. He's known as a guy that's so comfortable whenever he's in the stand-up. And that showed tonight as he truly outworked his opponent.
Official decision now in. The buff has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 49-46, 50-45, and 50-45. For the winner by unanimous decision, Tony El Cucuy